Regularly scheduled meeting of the Hill County Commissioners Court to order. We do have a quorum present. Do I have anybody here, a pastor here today?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you so much for this morning and this time that we have together. We just ask that you bless this meeting and that you give us wisdom to make wise decisions for this county. We praise you, Father. We just pray that we have our heart and mind turned towards you. And that we keep our eyes on you and our ears turned toward your voice. We love you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor and respect to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
All right. Well, Commissioner?
Trees and repairs. All the lighting done this weekend, kind of satisfied a little bit. Did manage to get a few, I think we didn't have any trees called in, but we laid the roads and we found 5 or 6, and I guess nobody had gotten out on the roads yet to get those cleared up. And this morning we're out trying to beat the rain with some cold winds, had some few some 14 foot.
Awesome.
A lot of rain, we had a lot of trees in the road, and a lot of trees that people don't call in, is they don't have to do it, call the sheriff department, give us the county road. We'll take care of it and get them out of the road. Still trying to do some shredding, but I think it's going fast as we can knock it down.
Yeah.
Trying to haul rock.
Pretty much same thing we shredded last week. Rain slowed that down, so now we'll hold off, kind of pack some of those in between rains. Not getting very far very fast.
Yeah. Miss Tanner.
On the A-OK,
As always.
as always.
Oh, anything?
We got some new METs ordered for the constable, 3 constables and the deputy constable. Constable Gersh, she received the most recent upgraded laptops, so his is still on warranty. Everyone that's out of warranty was going to be upgrading those folks, and deploying a couple of phones that we've been waiting on phone numbers from AT&T for to one for the auditor's office, one for the treasurer's office. So just that's business as usual.
Good. Miss Lincoln, anything?
We've been pretty busy. I just wanted to share with y'all, see an article in the paper next week, I'll send it to see. We had a company that came in and partnered with our department, and we built 2 dog houses with community service kiddos. And Sheriff Barnes got to come by, the police department came by. We built 2 different ones. One was donated to the sheriff's department, and one was donated to the police department here in Hillsborough. And so we're just been really see the paper, and it was really a cool experience. I don't know if Hunter wants to talk a little bit about it. It was really neat.
I mean, I was expecting dog house, they put mansion, big trailer, and all of that kind of thing, but no, they did a really good job. I was really impressed with the work they put into it. Right now I'm trying to figure out where exactly we're gonna locate that permanently for the can, but we do appreciate it very much.
And those are which kids? Juvenile drug court, anybody that
Service, and then Home and Loan actually donated all of the supplies, including the paint.
awesome.
And so it didn't really cost the county very much money, just a little bit of paint. It was just an opportunity. We had 6 kids, three on each project. So it's definitely something we're gonna do again, but it was a really unique experience. I unfortunately was on vacation on the beach, so I didn't get to be part of it, but my team was really ecstatic about it and kids really loved it, so.
Awesome. Miss Swilling?
We're finishing it, we've got our draft audit report and looking at that, so I hope that'll be presented next Tuesday. Then this Friday, the bids are due for the insurance, and we did have another company reach out to us besides our current company that we have, so. Anyway, those are supposed to be opened, I believe, Friday at 2:30. And so I'll need to get with you and Christie to make sure, I don't know if they'll send it to the PO box, but we wanna be sure that we should get the mail checked and all that.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure about that. But, anyway, just rolling along.
Sure.
Yeah, I think great. We've installed 3 UPSs for our kids, the 3 kids station in case the power were to go out again and the generator would kick on. That way our dispatch can operate for at least 8 hours. New air conditioning in the server room, so it looks a little nicer when you blow up the front of the office down on the window, you can hang out front. Plus it's a little more functional, stand like cooler. We do have a new lake in the county, it's the lake Hillsborough Jail, I guess you'd call it. The self-fishing licenses today. Everybody that wants to come out there, that's getting really bad. I don't know what we gotta do, but I mean, you can't even see the actual concrete drive anymore and the road breaking off. So I don't know, I said something to the commissioner, maybe we get some gravel for temporary fix, but it's gotta be up to a drain in there of some sort.
Well,
I don't see the city doing it, so. The city used to be.
I agree.
No, I know about it.
I've talked to, if you guys don't know what he's talking about, there's, when you're driving back behind the sheriff's office to the Sally Port to go into the jail, it's a natural low spot that I guess over years has been developed. And then they had to do gas work in that low spot. So they tore up the road a little bit. Well, tearing up the road and then the water, and then how many times our deputies drive over it, taking people to jail. And now it is a lake, and it's really treacherous when it freezes. Because it is ice skating. I've seen our nurses go ice skating across it. So it is gonna, I had a plumber that happened to be out there look at it, and his thing was, it's a hole. It's gonna fill with water. You have to either put a pump in or something. It's gonna be some type of project. Yeah, it's gonna be a project eventually.
Sounds like a project for Mark.
I agree.
Right?
Martin.
Oh, we've been talking.
Yeah, yeah. He agreed. I just heard him.
Oh, it says.
Yeah.
He can't defend it.
That's what happens when you don't show up, right? The other two subjects he brought up was the air conditioner and the
UPS.
the APCs.
They are ABCs,
Yeah,
it say that.
it says APC on the box. We went ahead out of contingency funds and they had in their server room, there was one window unit from a long time ago that was in there. Those were replaced with a split,
Two mini splits.
2 mini splits. And then the APCs, we had a power issue with AT&T, and I'm not smart enough to know exactly what happened, but we didn't have dispatch for a minute, or longer than a minute. It was quite a while. 2 hours without having 911 dispatch, which is obviously unacceptable. So they've got the battery backups for that now. So dispatch can run on its own for up to 8 hours, I believe, without being plugged in. So anyway, let's see. Tom, anything?
Well, we had a kick-off meeting with A2 partner, but we wasn't attended real well. We did have 50 responses back in the online survey. We've got our survey that we had to do done, turned back into online work this week with some of the smaller jurisdictions to try to help them work through that so that we can stay on our timeline.
Awesome. It is important for that survey. Just if anybody's listening, if they could go online and give their 2 cents on the survey. It's for emergency management, not for roads or culverts or ditches. This is strictly for hazards that we're trying to mitigate. Mr. Trump?
Been a couple of weeks of really obscure legal questions. From procedure for renaming county roads, which we don't currently have in place, we're gonna discuss. To. Subdivisions that were filed in 1896. Juvenile issues where they're not legal US citizens, I mean, it's just.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to open the books last week.
Smarter by the minute.
A lot of chat GPT answered questions.
Let's see. An example of the coolness of ChatGPT yesterday. While I was on the Zoom meeting and participant in the Zoom meeting was making notes while we were discussing, and by the end of the meeting, he had come up with a ChatGPT created trifold brochure of the bulletins that we discussed. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I've
it's
never used it.
it's just like the internet. Can be good or bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that was one cooler.
I've seen some very cool things out of it. As far as my office, or the county itself, we're working with TAC still on our insurance claims. We've got some, I know the sheriff's office got paid out for their vehicles, from the hail damage. We have some questions from some farmers and FSA about a disaster declaration, for the hail damage. The Huron building roof is not great.
Never was.
So we're probably gonna discuss that before long as well. So a couple things in the works, nothing too crazy. But we'll go ahead and move on, I guess. Anybody here for open forum? Nobody here for open forum? All right. Anybody online for open forum? I don't believe we had anybody registered. Nope. Okay. So we'll move on to the consent agenda. Action on minutes, invoices, payroll, revenue disbursements, and or records for elected officials training.
Second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
And
All opposed, motion carries.
I just put it there. 10 minutes.
Mr. Hawkins got a certificate of achievement. Cyber security awareness. We do have some. All right, discuss interaction, number one, discuss interaction employee wages or change statuses. We have a couple separated. Let's see, Justin Latin, Cassie Harris are leaving us. Joseph Bledsoe, Christian Tillman, Shelby Halliton. And then we have some new hires, Marcus Castillo, Sarah Bruner, Hayden Hanner, Megan Saylor,
any relation?
Maybe.
maybe, and some wage changes, Christopher Amos, Chris Clark. Approval of employee wage and status changes. Do I have a motion?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carried.
Oh,
Would you,
I was brought up the forum, man, you need to speak before the board, I guess.
okay, we can reopen open forum. Go ahead and step up to the podium for me, sir. I apologize, maybe I should have explained it better, huh?
Well, I can tell, we didn't hear all the stuff down there in the woods.
That's all right. So go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
I'm Howard Ball. My wife, Sunjay Ball, she is the property owner. And I remember you, I think.
Kristen DeWall.
Okay.
When she owns the property, I don't. So can I speak or does she need to speak?
Anybody can speak in open
Okay.
forum.
When her husband years ago bought their house, they bought it with intent for streets on each side. That was the main attraction deal. Well, in the past few years, before you got an officer, they've sloughed off fixing that street, Bob White Drive. Well, parts of it, you can still see the blacktop on it and the grass growing up through it. And there's some comments. I don't know how I should say this without saying the wrong thing. That someone's getting ready to buy the house. They want to close that street now because, and I know here's say rooms, whatever. He's wanting to put a boat shed up there, put his boat in, and he's already got 2 trailers on the street, and he's wanting to put a RV in there also because they're going to buy the house from his sister, supposedly. And we want to keep the street open and try to keep it maintained. That's our main thing here today.
We have a public hearing.
Yep. I was about to say, let's I'm gonna pause you. And we have an agenda item to address that.
Okay.
And then so when we bring that up, I'll ask you to come back up if that's okay.
Okay, it's
Is
fine.
that good? Okay.
Thank you.
Give me just a couple minutes. Okay. All right, number 2, discuss interaction on certification every time. Certification revenue. I have a certification of revenue from St. Peter's. They made a donation to the sheriff's office for $7,000 for bulletproof vests exclusively.
They've already been ordered in place.
It's awesome. You have a motion?
Make a motion.
So, oh. Sorry, hold on. We also have the TAC insurance reimbursements for $60,845 also on that certification revenue.
Make a motion.
Motion second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, number 3, discuss and or action on budget amendments. We have a couple of budget amendments from Ms. Swilling. These are all look like SO. Is that correct, Mrs. Swilling? The sheriff's office budget amendments, the $7,000 donation, the TAC insurance payments, and then what's this last one, Ms. Swilling? Is it?
It's just a line item transfer of some of the old funds out of capital lease, moving it to their security equipment.
Okay. All right, do I have a motion?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carries. There's 3 pages on this one. All right. Number 4 is discuss interaction on hotel rate overage for the TNOA Texas Narcotics Officers Association for the Sheriff's Office. I know we've had myself and the sheriff and Miss Susan, Miss Swilling has had some discussion over this. It was $339.15 per night. There was a reimbursement. They didn't, so now it's $284 a night.
That's better.
It's better. It's my impression that this is at the host hotel.
Yeah, well, yes, it is. It's really a resort. So what is it, what's the name? The San Luis. Where they have it every year. Gets a convention center on the side or something. You know, it's a large organization. We're talking about thousands of narcotics officers, not a couple of. So that's why it's so hard to do, break it down there, but. Like I was saying, Judge, I don't know if I told y'all, I just told Miss Susan. Normally they'll let you reserve your room in report, so that you can get it at a cheaper rate or a different hotel if you want somewhere close. The person I'm sending was unable to do that because he didn't work here. Or did another agency, so. In the future, we're gonna look for something a lot cheaper. Okay, but that was what was available as opposed to the.
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carries. Right, approval number 5, discuss and or, oh, yeah. Discuss under action, approval of hotel rate for 2025 TDCA conference for the sheriff's office. Sheriff, this is one attendee.
There should be chief deputy's comment.
Okay.
He's currently there.
The rate is $351 a night.
What do you think got dropped? Is that correct, Ms. Susan?
He sent an email and I believe there's no action necessary. He got the right, he didn't have it to give to us. But,
Okay.
I don't believe he'll need nobody.
I think it dropped to 181 a night.
Oh, wow.
That's good. And he took a night off, so.
Awesome.
It's gonna be a lot.
So we're just gonna do no action on that one.
Make sure you ask for the block off record.
Alright, number 6, discuss and or action on monthly bank balances 2020, May 2025. Miss Swilling, do we have anything for that? Or this is Miss Parker's? Okay. Do I have a motion?
Yep. Second.
Motion second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, approval of the observe and or record the CPS Board Treasurer's Report, May 2025. This is a report for their treasurer's report.
Make a motion approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Number 8, discuss and or action to declare computer screens, monitors, chairs, radio equipment as salvage surplus for Hill County Juvenile Probation Department. Ms. Lincoln?
I provided for a list of items that we would like to declare as surplus and or salvage. I don't know if many of you have ever had the opportunity to really come sit in our office or look at our equipment, but we have a lot of old equipment, a lot of old chairs, a lot of broken chairs. And so we're just at a point from a space perspective that we need to continue to clean some of this stuff out, working with Philip and his team. And so we just want to declare this salvage and or surplus based on the status of each of the products. And then I provided a list of those items for the court.
Thank you, ma'am.
Motion approved. Second.
And she did a great brief. Just saying. Super handy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms.
Next one too.
And discuss interaction on selling said salvage surplus equipment for Hill County Juvenile Probation. I'm guessing you want to sell some of it?
There's a few items that are probably sellable, but I would argue that most of it probably is going to be salvage trash. Yeah.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion is second.
How do they combine with the value of the properties, that's $500. Cheap road land.
Each piece? Yes. Do I need a motion
If
for
you
that?
look at the list that I provided a spreadsheet, and there's not any item on the list, honestly, that would be valued at this point over $500.
Most of them say broken.
Yes, so I mean, I think ultimately, we're just wanting to clean out some old equipment, and we'll make sure any of the computer towers go through IT first, just to make sure they're cleared off.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. And then 10, excuse me, discuss interaction on revision of resolution for FY 25 and FY 26 for the Juvenile Justice and Truancy Prevention Grant Program.
Yes, and this is just a revision to show that Judge Brassel is actually the new county judge. Since our names are listed, y'all's names specifically are listed on the resolution, it was required. We have currently a fund hold. And it's nothing major. It's just simply until we get this resolution signed. So I just need this approved for FY 25 and FY 26 to show Judge Brassel as the new county judge.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carries. That's because she knows I'll skip them. Number 11, discuss interaction on MOU for West Independent School District Police Department and the Hill County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff, as I understand, this is a pretty common.
Yeah, it's a pretty standard MOU that we use with most of the school districts in the county. There's some of their wording is a little different, but all it's saying is by law, they're required to have an MOU with the sheriff's office because a portion of their district lies in our county. You see, do there anything, any major crime that were to occur, they would contact us. Any other thing they would, but they're not asking for any radio usage or anything like that, so everything should be just normal. I think it's a procedural thing for them.
Understand? Motion to approve. A second discussion. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion. All right, we're gonna have a public hearing on installing traffic control devices for a 35 mph speed limit sign on Hill County Road 1258. Anybody here to speak on that today? Oh, anybody online? No. All right, we'll close the public hearing. And discuss or take action on installing said traffic control device.
Make a motion to install traffic control devices, 35 mph speed limit on Hill County Road, 1257.
58.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, the second from Mr. Crumpton. All right, discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. All right. We're gonna do a public hearing on installing a traffic control device for a 35 mph speed limit on Hill County Road 1300. Anybody here to speak on County Road 1300? Nobody online? Close the public hearing. Action on installing said traffic control device.
Make a motion to install traffic control device, 35 mph speed limit on HCR 1300.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. All right. Public hearing on closing Bob White Drive between Susan Drive and Via Vincent. That's you. And you're here today to discuss that, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we'd like for the road to remain open. I was down at the one end of it now. Problem people throwing trash and stuff. And a while back, there's no mattress down there. And it's blocked off now, right next to our property with two trailers, one box trailer and one flatbed trailer. And like I say, they originally bought it so they could have a little bit of room instead of having somebody right next to them. When they bought the property, you know, between Bob White and Sharon. And if it gets closed, then I'm afraid it's gonna be a mess. So we'd like to keep the road open.
Okay.
I don't know what else we gotta do or whatever. I mean, we'd like to keep it open because up until about 6 years ago, the sheriff actually come through there up that road and actually parked. I was talking cell phone down
Right.
but it stayed, kept up pretty good. And then here a while back. This Stephen's son-in-law took cut a bunch of the trees out of the way. They was standing there with her while they got their new house built. And he had it open pretty good, you know, one person, you know, it's a challenge.
Why do you say it'll be a mess if it's closed?
Pardon?
Why do you say it'll be a mess if it's closed?
Well, you're gonna have trailer, boats, carport put up, RV sit there. Right next to where our driveway is, we'll be going out of our house, and it completely more like a lot.
It'll affect your access to your property?
Well, no,
No.
Just next to it. It's adjoining it. That would be.
yeah,
And actually, that would expand their ownership to the center line of the road. Roads, I don't know, about 6 years, but it's impassable and has been for. I don't know, I have been here for the whole period. I understand, and I've been down there, and driven the roads. There is a, just north and behind the property that he's talking about, there was a subdivision that's going to be built. They built a road, there's several lots that are behind it with access off of by Vincent, which is the road to the west. And this road has got trees growing up in the middle of it, and I'm not talking about growing over it. In the middle of it, there's a limestone shelf that drops off, and we could rebuild the road if we wanted. In my opinion, it will never be a viable thoroughfare.
So the public has been, the public has not been using it.
It's not been accessible, and I don't know when the last time you called me from Susan to Vegas, but it had to be 10.
Right. Anything else, sir?
no, that's all we have to say about it.
All right. Anybody else here to speak on that?
How many houses are on the road?
On the road itself, from the Buckeye actually goes from the east, comes back across Susan, from Susan to Van Vincent, there are no houses on the road. That have none, so there's not road frontage.
So it is a through road, it's not a dead end.
So
It is a through road, it's not a dead end.
Yeah.
it will never be a road. I mean, if you look at it on the tax,
You can
it
speak.
goes from Susan. to
Ah.
Van Vincent.
Hold on. I'll let you'll get to speak.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So listen,
Right.
for me, but it's, you could build a road from Susan, which runs north and south, to Van Vincent, which borders the cross street of Buckland. And you couldn't build this road.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard if road closed and him can pay tax on it. That's fine. That's why I heard. Not sure if the road closed and lately my house,
He told his mom if the road closed,
yeah,
he could pay the county taxes to put his stuff on that spot there once they close the road.
Because ownership would go to the center line.
So the two properties
Two properties.
that are along the road.
So like,
In the middle of the road.
Yeah.
On one side, yeah.
so,
That's what he's saying, if you close the road, the center line at the center of the road, he's gonna take that to park whatever he wants on that road.
yeah,
yeah.
Not the whole road.
yeah,
No,
Yeah.
that's what he wants to do.
Well, he won't be able.
Well, see, he said, now, maybe I'll tell you, he said somebody told him that once they close the road, he could pay taxes on it, and he could put his carport up for his boat, move his RV, plus he's got his two other trailers there.
Once the road is closed, both properties are gonna pay taxes. Because the.
Well, we already do, I guess.
Huh?
I guess we already pay taxes on it right now anyway.
No, they're not able because it's a road.
Yeah, but you.
So this is,
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is what'll happen to.
yeah, I understand what you mean.
You'll own to the center line. And then whoever owns this to the north will own to the center.
Yeah, well, see, he's supposedly gonna buy the house, but the guy that owns the house was supposed to be here today. Jesse,
Ah,
I can't think. of
Gray.
his name. Jesse Gray.
yeah.
I think that's who you found that day when we was looking at all that paperwork over there at your office that day. But,
Trading Robinson. Right. And that's what I'm talking about. Right here. You could even have this road. Economical, you can build anything, but you couldn't have anything way, I would have spent how much to build.
But if he goes to the center of the road, they start parking on his part, going on his property, is that gonna be enough room for them to get to their property?
Their access is long time, look. They don't have anything to do with access.
well, and with everything he wants to put,
On the county.
like your diagram, we own. Or it'll go to the center of the road for both houses, is what you're saying, right?
Correct.
Right. So he wouldn't
They don't-
really be able to
they
get
don't
enough room to
access-
put all that stuff on there. Probably. I don't know.
I mean, probably not. I mean,
But I mean, that's.
the thing that we run into here, right,
Susan,
is if the road is closed, then you absorb half of the road, he absorbs half of the road. Now, I have great pause in telling people what they can and can't do on their own property. Right? I mean, I feel like every Texan in the state agrees that you should be able to do with your property as you please. But you would essentially absorb the same amount of property that he is absorbing,
Right.
if that makes sense.
And what if somebody's gonna do with this property is pure speculation. I mean, that's hearsay.
Well,
You know-
that's what I said before. That's hearsay is what we're hearing. I don't know if he's just telling his mom this stuff, what he's gonna do, and his sister, he's,
But I think it would be unwise and we would be here for very long periods of time if we were speculating on what everyone was gonna do
I agree.
with their properties or anything to that effect. We have to make the decision based off of what is best for the county itself. And we don't know what he might put a windmill in. I don't know. But
As long as it's on his property, it's cool though.
as long as it's on his property, you can put a solar panel there, you know?
That's smart though.
Right.
He's got that
Right.
money to do that.
So so the discussion today is the question is, does closing this road keep you from getting to your house?
No, it does not.
Okay,
that sets their house off.
from a different road.
Yeah, it comes.
And it doesn't-
Along the side of this.
And it doesn't affect anyone else from getting to their residence besides.
No,
you
because their road actually comes out close to that road. I mean, the
Right.
driveway and stuff
Right.
does. But it don't come out to Sooner Road or anything like that. No,
guys. Okay,
Do you access it from Susan or Sharon?
Susan,
Susan Drive?
yeah. Susan and Bob White and Sharon is like our deal that we live in
Mhm.
for one.
Is there any further discussion?
Well, okay, one more question.
Yes, sir.
Is there any way that I can control what he does on the amount of road that he's got or that he's gonna put stuff on?
So
Did that come?
let me ask you this question. Is there any way that I can tell you what furniture you're gonna put in your house?
Well, we're not talking about house though, sir.
But it's his property and it's your property.
Right,
So you can control all the way up to that center line, wherever that is, and he can control the other side.
that was.
And that's
Right,
it.
I think-
Yeah, you can't tell him what to do and he can't tell you. You can put up a fence.
I mean, more or less, well, that's county property. I can't do that.
Not if we close it. It's not county property. Once it's closed, it's yours. Correct.
So I'd have to measure center of his fence and my fence and put a fence up,
Mhm.
correct?
I would get a surveyor and an attorney.
Well, ours has been surveyed and I know where the survey marks is at.
Okay.
Now, I'm not too sure about, the other house over there.
Like I said, I would
Yeah.
consult an attorney and a surveyor, and they're smart. I'm not, and I would.
Probably a still pen.
I'm sure there's probably
I know one of them's at for our property now. The other house across, what it used to be an empty lot, and then when this guy's daughter got married, her father gave her the lot to move in. It used to be a turnaround for the postal service. So like I said, I don't know where the pin's at now.
Right.
She may know.
Right.
Or if not, I can call the homeowner because they haven't been told. She's the sister-in-law, kind of relatives to the people. And so far, it's been kind of cold.
Yeah.
No reason, I haven't changed my actions or anything like that. If they ask me questions, I've been known to just answer the best way I know how.
Yes.
That's
Well, that it would not be county property anymore. It would be divided down the center to the two people on either side. And so you could put up a fence or.
Would that be the length of that road? Would we be having to pay extra taxes on that now if it's closed down?
You already paid taxes.
So we're pulling that part then.
It doesn't affect you in any way except for the fact that you gained however many 20 to 30 feet of properties.
No, maybe about 15, probably.
Skinny road.
Well, 15 could be my savior though.
Yeah.
And from that's it, county.
But if
you
close it, it'll become yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it will be yours.
So what you're saying, it explains a lot, and I understand the part of trying to
All they have that,
keep the road up because there's not excess traffic on it. No.
no,
Right.
I'm just trying to do damage control.
I
guess you could
understand.
say.
I understand completely.
And like I say, last we heard, there's gonna be all kinds of people up here on the other side while we're sitting on this side.
Yeah.
And I told Sam, I said, well, my wife, I said, Commissioner says all we need is one person to come up there.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Find the property line, put it up for private events.
yeah, live the same day for over 40 years.
So,
The same apartment.
wow, that's amazing.
So I make sure.
all right, yeah.
Thank you.
Fairly easy to figure out.
Yeah, I think a surveyor would be able to tell you exactly where your line's gonna be. Now that if they decide to close the road. So
Okay. All right, well, that kind of,
clear some stuff up.
that
for you?
helps
Good.
because I think that right there kind of throws a
Have your neighbor find the survey.
chink in the plan.
There you go.
That's what I'm gonna go for that first.
Yeah.
I'm saying y'all's one want to do this and that. I say.
I think you should consult an attorney.
Just saying.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Anybody else here for this public hearing today on Bob White Drive?
Not.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close the public hearing at this time. Any action to be taken on closing Bob White Drive between Susan Drive and Via Vincent?
Motion to close Bob White Drive between Susan Drive and Van Vincent.
I have a motion. I have a second.
Close, abandon, and vacant. Thank you, Council.
Close, abandon, vacate. You gained some extra footage.
I
Thank you.
have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carries. All right. Thank you guys. For coming
Appreciate
today.
y'all time.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
I guess we'll go, but I don't think we're gonna beat the rain back to Whitney though.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Like it's fall. You gotta go that way too. though.
I do.
Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and discuss and/or action on designated 2006 Ford F-150 VIN number ending in 2157 as salvage surplus for precinct 1.
This is an old truck, that we've had in the shop forever and ever. It's got 240 miles on it. And I need to get it out of my,
Is that a motion?
make a motion.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
That was kind of.
Yes, I heard it. All opposed, motion carries. Oh, that was a really bad. All right. Discuss interaction on soliciting bids for sale of a 2006 Ford F-150, same as the last one for precinct 1.
Make a motion to put that out for bid and I need to get with Susan on this when I get the bids back, depending on how that goes. This is a barter, we talked about this a little bit, barter for labor. I've got an outstanding invoice from a mechanic who's done a lot of work for us, saved us tens of thousands of dollars working on our equipment. And when I get the bids in, if he's the winning bid, then we want to work that out and figure out how to do the accounting on that trade.
Right.
But I'm gonna put it out to bid first, so I make a motion to put it out for bid.
And you're gonna, instead of, we've been doing auctions so frequently, you're gonna actually advertise this to the reporter.
Yes. Yes, it won't be an option if they pay.
Okay. I have a motion.
Second.
I have a second. Discussion. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Discuss interaction on trade-in of a 2018 Dodge Ram 5500 for a 2021 Ford F-450 flatbed.
So we've had this Dodge Ram 5500 for, I don't know how long the county has had it, but it's got 98,000 miles on it, and we've had the front end rebuilt twice. It was a factory defect. The years from 2015 to 2018, the front end of these Dodges had a problem with the toe. And we've had to replace the front end once, which right after we bought it, the dealer went through the truck, spent $5,500 fixing it. And I had to rebuild it again. And just recently had to put a new tire rod in it, and we've bought probably 4 tires. So at the year model after this, they changed the design and fixed the problem, but it's just an ongoing problem. The truck got a trading value of $40,000, and the new truck is 46. So that'll be a net $6,000 to my budget.
All right.
For a 3-year new truck.
For a 3-year new truck that has 50,000 miles.
And it's Ford.
Yeah. With the diesel motor. With a diesel motor. I make a motion to trade in the 2018 Dodge Ram for the Ford, the 2021 Ford F-450 flatbed.
I have a motion. I have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We're gonna go ahead and reset agenda item number 24 for a later date.
Y'all. Good. Commissioner Hall. We're on some emails where I explain this, but the 2009 legislature enacted section 251.013 of the Transportation Code. The county took advantage of that. That has to do with road names and address numbers. The county took advantage of that and we instituted our 911 addressing in 2010. However, the ordinance and I'm thankful to our county clerk, Nicole Tanner, for quickly finding this 2010 ordinance for me. The ordinance that the commissioners passed in 2010 only had to do with requiring the 911 address and giving the specifications for the 911 address signs. It did not address how we name and rename county roads. So we need to adopt a procedure under the statute for naming and renaming roads. I can't think of the last time we actually established a new road ourselves. So it just hasn't come up. Normally, when we accept these platted subdivisions, the roads are already named as part of the plat. But we need to figure out a procedure for naming and renaming roads.
And that's what happened here, because the plat had the roads named. And the roads was never taken into the county maintenance, nor do we have a desire to take them into county maintenance.
So we're gonna put it back on the agenda. Couple of weeks, but
Should we put
for the adoption of,
procedure?
Procedure for naming roads, naming and renaming.
right,
Gotcha. All
I
right.
have no. I might look it up and just see if they've got an existing one we can borrow.
I was about to, we can phone a friend and seal it. Yeah. No reason to recreate the wheel, I don't think. All right, number 25, observe and or record 2024 annual audit for Hill County Emergency Services District 1. Is that not in your Nope, it's right here. We did ESD 2 last commissioner's report, and here's ESD 1's audit. Observe the boards. All right, I have a motion.
Second.
And a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Number 26, discuss and or action on applications for variances of Hill County subdivision rules and regulations. We had some variances that came to the subdivision committee or planning committee. They were from the committee. The committee did recommend that they be approved. They were highly scrutinized, and it doesn't seem that there will be a detriment to the county by approving these in any way.
I think you describe form.
All right. So we have application for variance for the Cobble Estates. It's going to be in reference to the road, a 40-foot wide private road along the northerly side of the proposed plat instead of the 60-foot road. That's the variance that they requested.
This in precinct 4?
This is in
It's in precinct 1.
precinct 1.
Precinct 1.
Because of the states.
Cobble Estates, yes. And then the other one would be, you want to do them separate?
Motions.
2 motions, okay. So for the Cobble Estates, do I have a motion?
The motion.
Second.
To accept the variances.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. And then the second variance is by Mr. Ronald Brown. He reached out to me and we had lots of discussions over this, trying to figure out how he needed to do it. Basically, he's asking for our current rules say that it has to be an acre. And he is asking for less than an acre to be platted. It already has sewer. There's plenty of clearance. Mr. Entz and all of us looked at this pretty close, and it seems like there will be no detriment to the county. No drainage issues.
It's 0.53.
0.53.
Of the road.
Right.
So he does have enough room there to install a solar system.
Which he already has. He already has the system in place. It's an aerobic system with sprinklers. So it's already in compliance.
Make a motion.
I have a motion. I have a second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carries. It's 26. You're welcome, ma'am. And item number 27, discuss interaction on final plat public 6. Ma'am. This came from the committee recommending approval for the final plat on Cobble Estates.
Where is that motion?
2488.
First off, north of FM 67.
I got a motion and a second. Discussion?
I don't remember this on all these, but. We make part of the record that. There is a road in the subdivision. That is not being dedicated to the public and we're not accepting it on County Road being.
That's a private way. Well, always been.
I think that would clarify so we wouldn't have issues like the other that we're having.
It should be on the plat somewhere, right?
Well, it does say private road, but it's,
Just to make it clear.
yeah, I was about to say, it doesn't hurt.
Twenty
to-
years from now,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Make a motion to accept the final plat of the Caldwell Estates with the inclusion of the private road remaining with the subdivision and not being taken into the county road maintenance system.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, motion carries.
I'll leave in 30. I'll leave in 30. You go first, second, 30.
You got a second?
And the third.
Make a motion, adjourn.
Third is that one? Yes, sir. All right.
I would want to.